For the last 2.5 years, I've been spending 3 days out of my week, that's like 60%, working on the nuSchool and not taking on client. If you calculate how much money I lost by not taking clients, it's probably in the tens or maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I do that because I see the nuSchool as an investment. And even though our first idea didn't work out the way that we wanted to, and probably the second and third one as well, I think what we're working on right now has the potential to actually be a great product. And you know, starting a company and trying to create a valuable product is the hardest thing I've ever done. It's one thing to design products, but it's a totally different thing to try to start a company that's actually valuable enough so that people will actually pay for that product. But it's also been the most rewarding and fun thing. Hoping this time will work out. Heading to a nuSchool meeting. Great meeting with Lior. I will share our progress on Prospero with you guys in a minute, but first I want to tell you why I'm doing this, why I'm investing so much of my time and effort into creating a new business that might not work. Instead of doing, client work, I can make money right now, but I choose to invest my time in creating my own thing, and I want to explain to you guys why. There's a cliche saying that if you don't spend time building your dreams, somebody else is going to hire you to build theirs. And I've come to understand that this cliche is true. I've been spending years working on client work or working as an employee in companies, and I was frustrated. I was really frustrated for a couple of reasons. The one is, I've already told you I'm not very good at having a boss, because I was very frustrated that I have to follow somebody else's vision, and I always had my own ideas about where the product should go or how the company should operate, even concerning business model and customer service and stuff like that. I always had my own ideas, and I was feeling frustrated when I didn't have the full power to do exactly what I wanted. And the second thing is when you're working for somebody else, you're never really invested in having kind of the upside. If the project really succeeds, what do you get? Even in the companies where I had kind of a nice stock options, then it's so small that it's really the chances of it making real difference in your life are slim. Like companies like Facebook, where a lot of employees, or Google became millionaires, this is like the 1 in a billion. So your chances of really changing your life by working for somebody else are super slim. But it's not even all about the money. Becoming a millionaire is not the biggest motivation in why I go to work. But what I really care about is freedom. And again, it's the freedom to do what I want to do, but also kind of manage my time and my life the way I want to. If I want to take a long vacation right now, I don't want my payment and my compensation to be dependent on how many days I work every year. And by creating my own company and by creating a product, then my income becomes kind of not correlated to the days that I work. And this is really what I wanted to build. So we're still not there yet, but I feel we're making a good progress. Over the last week, few people have actually used Prospero to send real proposals to their client, and that is very emotional for us. People actually started using our product, so that's a good sign. And also last week, I've sent an email to gain more feedback from our beta testers. I've actually used kind of maybe a little bit of a provocative strategy. I wrote an email with the title, "Do You Hate Me?" And I kind of wrote an email that says, guys, why don't you give us feedback? What is it? Is it something personal? So that was a little bit provocative, and I know some people got pissed. So again, I hope I didn't offend you, but we live in a world where I know that you guys are busy and you get tons of emails, so I have to grab your attention, and that actually, at the end of it, we got so much helpful feedback that I know that maybe a couple of people thought that was a bit too provocative, but the feedback that we got from this email was super valuable, and we kind of gained focus into what we need to fix in Prospero to make it super awesome. So there is tons of work to be done. I'm gonna do that right now. You guys have a super productive day. I'll catch you tomorrow.